Hello, welcome back to Uncle Buck's Garage. Today, there's something special just happened. I got a new truck. And what this is a 2002 Z71. And she is as sweet as they come. I bought this from a friend of mine. Been a dear, dear friend since grade school. And the one thing about this friend that you know is that everything that he has is well maintained. Okay, so this truck was a no-brainer for me. It's a 2002 LS 5.3 liter Z71, four-wheel drive works. Every button and whistle on it works. It's got its little things, but nothing that isn't basically cosmetic. Like the brush guard needs a new paint job. And of course, it has my most unfavorite wheels in the whole world. I hate those. All right. So we might have to find something new there, but Junior has already spotted this. Junior heard that I bought this from who he calls Uncle Dave. And my kids and his kids grew up together. And he said, "You got Uncle Dave's truck?" He says, "I'll sell mine. I want that one." He's getting out of the Navy in the spring, and he's looking for a new truck. And so he said, "Dad, I want it." I said, "No, it's mine." Okay, I'll get you in close here. Now, of course, it's a 2002 model, so but like I said, it just needs a little TLC. She's got everything where you want it. Okay, it's got basically brand new tires on it, running boards. Everything works. Even the rear mirrors, they move on their own. It's got the wind deflectors already on it. Tint job. It's a third door. Toolbox. Running boards. Everything makes it look right. The only problem this truck has is right here. And that's like a factory defect that me and probably Junior, when he comes in a month, are going to take this all apart. We'll DA everything down. We'll prime it. We'll seal it. We'll make everything work. Now, the underside, I mean, come on, guys. This is a 21-year-old truck. She's got on her 21st birthday, and she is right as rain. That frame is solid. The frame is solid. Needs a little touch up. There's no rust in this whole truck except for a little bit of surface stuff right here. That's it. Never been hit. Now, she does have 275,000 miles on her, but this is, and she still got the spare sitting underneath. Okay. Drop hitch. Every light, every button, every bell, every whistle on this truck works. And this is how I got it. And she runs good. The air conditioning works. She does have 274,000 miles on them. Doesn't need a thing besides just a little TLC, because this was David's everyday work truck, pulling trailer. It is four-wheel drive, and it does work, but she is going to be one hell of a good shop truck, unless Junior talks me out of it. All right. As you can see, 274, 578. That's what she's got on her. Now, there is basically nothing wrong with this truck. Now, she's got 275,000 miles on, but David, being David, he takes care of her. Everything works. Everything. The four-wheel drive, high, low, two low, everything works. Cargo lamps, fog lamps, everything works. Radio works, air conditioner works, everything is in place, and an ashtray that's never had an ash in it. Now, she's got her little wear and tear, but she's got cup holders. David loves WeatherTech, and he's got had WeatherTech all over everything. It's the third door, but really, it's in dynamite shape again. Floor mats, clean. She's as good as they come. Headliner is in great shape. Visors. There is nothing wrong with this truck. I mean, even the inside lights still shine. Dome light works. Everything on this truck works. And she just needs a little cleaning. David didn't keep it dirty, but this was his every day. And she just needs a little TLC. That's it. We'll just take the soap and water to it, give her a bath, and she even smells good. It even smells good, guys. So, never been smoked in. Right as rain. So, get you a shot up underneath here. Now, come on. New shocks, brake lines, frame is good, never been hit. Tires, awesome. Running boards, all the trim. The only thing that's missing is that these badges on both sides are gone. They fell off. David said he don't know where they went, but they just fell off. All the glass is good. Everything works. So, oh, he did warn me one more thing. That if you sit on this, it'll jam and it won't, you have to jury rig it open. But other than that, nothing. The tailgate works. There's no damage. Never been wrecked. He bought it secondhand 2004. Had it the whole time. I'll get you in here to the engine bay. Now, if you know my friend, you know he doesn't change anything. He goes back stock. He does not mess with, cut up, jury rig, everything. It's got a new water pump, got a new alternator, got a good battery in it. It's got the windshield wipers work, the brakes work. She's Vortec 5.3 liter. You know, no air box, no jacking with it. It does have a K&N filter in it, which makes it run a little better. It does run very well. It's smooth. It tracks good. You can let go of the steering wheel going down the highway. She does not have any broken bolts on the manifolds. She does have new plugs in her, or less than a year plugs, so you know they're good. So the biggies, the water pump, the alternator, I think he did a mass air sensor or one of the air sensors. He did do that. Four-wheel drive works. Nothing doesn't work. Air conditioner blows cold air. The only thing he said that doesn't work is that's kind of intermittent. Now, come on, guys. This thing is 21 years old, 275,000 miles, and about the only thing David could tell me, which he tells me everything, that he thinks the ball inside the light underneath the hood is corroded. That's why it's not turning on. Only problem with the truck. So, now that you've seen it, and you know what we're dealing with, you guys got to tell me, what do you want me to do with this? What should we do? I want you to put suggestions down the bottom. I want you to tell me what would be the best thing to do. I don't really want to jack this up. So, but I do want your opinion because I mean, come on, guys. You don't come across a deal like this very often in your life. And I had to jump on it. Couldn't really afford it, but I jumped on it because you'll never come across one like this one again. Okay, first thing we're going to do is his favorite thing in the whole world. He loves, what type of mirrors are these?
I love tow mirrors.
Tow mirrors. So we're replacing the originals with big body, ugly tow mirrors, which he loves.
Yeah. So initially these were bought from Amazon. You can buy these in several different places. Me personally, I love these styles. Just one because they work just as well as the expensive name brands, but they're for the everyday guy. You know, easy, simple,
cheaper.
Budget builds. You get the look that you want, the functionality that you want, but for a third of the cost. So these suckers, wire harness comes with it for all the external lights.
Because they are extended mirrors, plus they also have the turn signal light.
Yep. And it comes with the OEM for your power, and for some bodies, some like the Tahoes that have the rear defrost, they do make models that do have that. So check the description for the links, but that's it. Like these, they have the defrost. I couldn't find a set that I wanted because I don't like the arrow. But these have the defrost, and then obviously,
yeah. And the side marks are like
side markers,
turn signals.
Yep.
And they're LEDs, correct?
Yep.
And they are LEDs. And we're going to be replacing all kinds of LED pieces on this truck. There's going to be some need to know hacks involved in this that he's learned over the years of replacing all the OBS and all the NBSs he's had over the last several years. He's learned some tricks. So he's going to fill in where I don't know.
One thing you want to make sure, this has happened to me, is on the last set of tow mirrors that I bought, that you need to make sure your lenses aren't broken.
In transit.
In transit. So be aware of that. And it's not the company, honestly. I have bought from the same, oh Lord.
We've all had the thing.
Schmidtco is the only company that I buy my mirrors from, and this is the company that these mirrors come from, and they work great. They work amazing. View wise, it's awesome. Light wise, it's awesome. They've never disappointed. The clearance lights work great. They're not spotlight style. They're area style, so they work amazing. I can't say enough about them. Can't say enough about them. And the wiring itself is super easy. They color code everything for you. They are not removable though. A lot of people like to pop these off and do homemade wiring and mods to them. They do not pop off. These bottoms do not pop off. They will break. Don't even try. But these look great. They look awesome. It has a covering to them.
And no broken lenses to start with.
Nope. That's great. So, and they're pretty self-explanatory, you know? Right on right, left on left. But, and there's plenty of harness here. We're not going to go far. So we're not going to need all of that. But if you wanted to, I know on the OBS guys, you guys got to go through the door into the cab and down through the floorboard and get into the wiring harness for it. We don't have to do that. We have a body module we're going to wire into. That's going to be directly underneath the steering wheel. So we're not going to have to go far for the driver's side. All we're going to do is basically we're going to splice into a body module that's right underneath for each light. There's a wire for each left and right turn signal. So when I turn it on, when I turn running lights on, running lights are going to be on. And when I turn turn signal, right turn signal is going to work. Left turn signal is going to work too. And then the reverse, though, that's going to be the trick. We're going to have to go in and down to the wiring harness.
All right. First thing is
this panel. Okay, I've seen a lot of videos. You guys take these whole door panels off, take all the linkages off and everything. You ain't got to do that. All you got to do is come in here, get behind it. There's some metal clips. Just pop it off real quick. First one. Oh, come on. There it is. Second one. Bang. That's it. That's all it is. This little hook goes in here. It helps hold the phone. It should. So then next step is hold the phone. You got 3 bolts, 10mm bolts. As I like to loosen I will completely remove the bottom 2, and then I will remove the last one.
So you keep a hold of it.
Yep, with support. And then there's this ugly claw clip too that helps hold it in. This thing, and you just squeeze it on all 3 sides and it comes out.
Oh yeah, that claw clip.
This little claw clip.
That plastic clip. Yeah.
It's ugly, but it does serve a purpose. It does serve a purpose. It helps. It helps with highway shaking. Yeah. You'll see on tow mirrors when you're driving, you see a little vibration. That claw helps get rid of that and helps smooth it out. So no matter how much you tighten on these tow mirrors, no matter how much you tighten, it won't. You're not gonna completely get rid of it. So don't blow out your studs.
Do the most you can, but it's still good. Because they stick out so far. you're still going to get a little vibration going down the road.
Exactly.
There really is no way of getting rid of it, but you just do everything you can now to keep it from happening least.
Exactly. And yeah, this last bolt's kind of tucked up and it kind of sucks. That's the easiest way to do it. Alright, that's 3. And then this.
Yep, and that press in clip. The harness.
Well, it's here. Still clip. Pink.
Yep. And
bingo.
There we go. And this is the actual diagram that comes with it. It's a complete description of what goes where, but we're also going to show you. All right, and the harness just comes through the hole, and as you can see right here, the plastic clips, right? And then we'll just slip it in place, and I'll trade you. I'll hold while you bolt. All right. I gotta admit, it's kind of growing on me. I always give them a hard time about these.
So when you do it, if you look over here, so when you feed it, you're gonna think, all right, it's ready. No, your clip, you have to push it.
Oh, you hear it?
Until you hear it click.
Do you hear it click?
So that, and you can look at it, both verify both sides. That's why this is designed this way. It's because all the wiring comes from here, straight in and down, and it comes through here. That's why it doesn't have the 3. It has the 2.
A dual.
So that way it can feed the wiring harness through.
So there's space.
Yep.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of like, it's growing on me.
Yeah. But
I'm really curious to see how good they light up, though. Now, this one right here, this is your reverse mirror, right?
Yep. That's going to get wired to the reverse mirror. That's called a clearance light. That is going to go straight.
I didn't notice that on your last truck.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So that way I get lighting not just from the bumper back, I also get lighting through here.
So it just, that's got to make it easier. Did you get your backup LEDs?
Mm-hmm. But we're going to twist them this time.
We're going to put them in the bumper, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do some fabrication.
Yeah, we're going to do some flush mounts instead of... So I learned, well, off topic, I learned that those hitch lights, they're great. They work awesome. They do the job of a pod. But if you put a trailer behind it, they kind of suck. The trailer knocks out the whole lighting. So, all right. So then all you do is now that everything, you always start threaded first, but it's just you can let go. It's holding itself.
Okay.
And you just kind of give her the sauce.
Now, do you prefer to do the top first and then
I do the top, and then I do this front one.
Okay.
And then I work to the back.
Does that seem to work better for you for the stability on it?
Yeah. And then you'll notice after it clips, this clip pulls away a little bit.
Uh-huh. Oh, it does, doesn't it? It sucks it right up.
And
just hand tight.
Yep.
You ain't got to put the steroid jerk to it.
And I go over every single one of them again. I do the bottoms back and forth, and then I'll do the top. I do them all again. The bottoms, because of the way it sits, the bottoms will reseat themselves because of the foam. And then also, you don't want to give it the steroid jerk, is because these are threaded studs. If you tighten them too much,
they break free.
They break free, and then righty tighty turns into lefty loosey, and that's never a fucking fun time.
Never a fun time. All right, so as you can see, it bounced a little bit, but no, really, she's solid. Yeah, no, she's solid.
Now, if you notice, a lot of guys don't like going tow mirrors because you can't tell. You might be able to tell from the video, but it's slanted up.
Yeah,
it's not level with the ground. There's a trick to it.
Like that one is.
Yeah, that one. So this mirror is level to the ground. But that mirror is not. That mirror is cockeyed. But there's a trick to that. I'll show you. It revolves. This little plastic piece of shit coming off. And maybe 90 cents a washer.
But you could leave it if you want.
Yeah, if you love the way it looks, leave it. It's yours. Do as you please. You're gonna have to get all this out, but take a little knife to it and pull that plastic out.
Well, we got plenty of that stuff.
But and then the wiring harness is so freaking extra.
You just gotta tuck it up and out of the way.
Tuck it, tuck, tuck. I basically tuck down as far as I can go, as much as I can get, and then once I can't get any more in there, I'll do the other ones. I'll do the mount,
And then just click.
That's it.
And now the blue and white wire, that is for the backup light.
Yep, that's for the clearance and for the turn signal.
And for the turn signal. Okay, yeah, because they're both the same circuit.
Yep. So this harness is for the flex
control.
And then the defrost.
So those have defrost in them too?
Yeah. So this has defrost. And I don't think, no. So there's it's right here. That's how you know you have defrost. There'll be a button there.
That one right there.
No, it's not in this model.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
If it had one.
It'd be right here.
Okay.
But we don't, which I'm okay with not being able to use that function. But I have a bunch of buddies that do have that function and they've converted and they have that whole setup. And it's nice, but I mean, it doesn't.
Kind of overkill for California.
Yeah, it's kind of overkill. Fucking handling a rocket grenade. All right, so up in here, the body module. It's literally find the center of the steering wheel, go straight back, go straight up. As soon as you clear it, find it. This sucker right here, right in the middle. If you can see that, are 3 plugs. 1, 2, 3, and those control most of your electrical. In the middle is going to be your illumination. It's going to be your reverse, your turn signals, and all that. And we're basically going to tap into those wires for the lighting for the mirrors. And then we're going to have to figure out using a test light which wire is the reverse light.
Which one is which? Just by testing it out.
Yeah.
Turn a key and put in a gear.
Pretty much. Yep. And it probably hadn't been disconnected like hardly ever. So, yeah, it's going to
be a little careful with it.
Yeah. And it's going to be real tough. Not going to like this.
To get to.
Well, it's not tough to get to. It's like right here, but you can't.
Doesn't leave no room.
Well, yeah, there's no room. The box isn't really mounted down. It just kind of pops into place. So when you pull on the wire, the box comes off, like slides around the bracket and all kinds of fun stuff.
You know, just realizing that you talk to yourself when you're working like I do.
Yeah. It's kind of a trade secret for being a slater. So, and this does look intimidating. It really does. It's fucking 30 pins, 30 wires on the back. It's intimidating as all get out. But I promise you, it's not.
We'll go piece by piece by piece.
So, we're going to do, basically, I got key on, and we're going to go left turn signal. And we're just going to try and find the wire.
Find out which one is which.
Yep. So, stick it in here. Nope. Nope. And I was told by a dear friend of mine, the green wire is, right. Well, so when we plug in, and you can do this however you want. I just saw this and I thought it was a cool idea. But essentially what you want to do is you want to get your power from your turn signals themselves, so you can have running and turn signals. That's the way I like to wire it up. You can wire it up differently. It's on you. So, okay. Well, so we were verifying lights on which light is which, and to test that, we used a natural ground on the body and the battery, because you know, car lights are car lights, house lights are house lights. But a funny story: I had a buddy of mine buy top tier tow mirrors for $500, and they worked great for him for 24 hours. So he wanted to figure out which light was which, and he plugged the hot and the ground in the house outlet. And you saw it light up, then you heard like a pop. Those lights didn't work anymore. So you had one mirror that worked great all the way around, and then you had the other mirror that didn't. I do all of my pods, my light bars, all of my extra lighting and wiring, everything. And my switches and stuff is Nightlight. Nightlight is a great company. I can't say enough about them. They have great customer service. If anything happens that is like outside of your control, they replace it for you. It's super dope. They're super awesome. But they sell these kits of splices. They come in all three sizes: 18, 20, 12, 10, and then your 6 to 2. But basically, the way this works is, you know how you have the old, put 2 wires in and clamp it. Well, that's not
the ugly blue ones.
Yeah. Well, this essentially is going to clamp onto the wire, and you're going to have your splice wire plug into that.
Nail.
Right. And then this, once you clip this and close it, sometimes it might pop off. Well, that's where the sleeve comes in, helps hold it when you plug it in.
It's an extra lock.
Yeah.
So super in place.
It's super secure. It's a great way to attach. And what makes this super convenient is that, say, like later we're going to be doing the flush mount pods. We'll say that we want to take that bumper off and we want to paint it, or if we want to add more stuff onto it, something happens, we got to remove that bumper. Unplug, we can remove the bumper. We ain't got to cut and resplice or anything. It's literally plug and play.
Whereas the blue ones, you have to redo everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have a bare spot in the wire that you have to tape up or glue up or do whatever.
Right? All that.
There will be a link down below for this.
Yeah, this is a great tool and a great way.
I have no idea about those. See, that's what happens with new school, old school.
There you go.
You know, I'm learning stuff here today myself.
Yeah. These.
You said that there's a light blue and a dark blue wire, which is your left and right turn signal.
Yep.
Have you figured out which is which yet?
Well, that's the fun of it.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, so.
Okay, so am I still out here checking to make sure it's working?
Well, kind of. So you're going to tell me if it's going to have power or not. I'm doing light blue right now. So I'm basically, and that's another thing. It's another thing. Is I can crimp this right now. And between the 2 wires, if one doesn't work, guess what? Unplug, plug it in the other one. There you go. Yeah? No? What? The lies you tell. The lies you tell.
All right, this was a little bit of a job. Now you have to get back in there and get to that block right there and splice in. You can see right there. Point to it, Kenny. Right there. Splice in that little green wire. It's covered up by a cover. You have to take cover off to it. That is your connection to your reverse lights, which will also connect to the wires onto the 2 mirrors for the courtesy reverse lights that's on the mirrors. And then the other wires are just wired in to that block that was underneath. Yep. So that.
Find it. Here it is.
And they're just spliced into the wires, and it's just turn signal switch wires for both sides. And then there's a ground.
Ground came at the courtesy of the OBD2 system.
Yep, OBD2 system. But other than that, now they're running, and we cleaned everything up as we put it back together again. You know, door panels. We did put new LED lights on both sides there. See? Yep. Nice. And there'll be a link down below for those. There will be a link below for the mirrors. And everything is running and rocking and working like it should, just be a matter of putting it back together again. Now to do a door panel. Then while you're putting this together, this is the speaker wire that you need to hook up. And these you can access through the hole. And you're just putting them, the hooks, plastic hooks, in the holes down here. And we're just, and now we want to, yep, that's where it needs to go. Just set it down. And that one's gotta go up and in. Yep, up and in. Yep, she's tied up in there. There we go. There's two screws.
Yeah, 6 hooks, two, and two, and you'll figure out which one does it.
And then we have a screw here that goes in, and a screw here that goes in. They're 7 millimeters
long for an ungodly reason.
They're hard to get in a hole too.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep,
That just pops on.
oh, okay.
Tip to the wise. Start all of them before you tighten all of them. Don't tighten one and then try to come behind and
So it ain't gonna work.
you won't be able to move it. You won't be able to fiddle with it, shake it, anything. It'll just be plain old stuff. Ring. So now remember this is black in the back. Oh. Get your booty up in there. Get in, get in. Think.
That it?
That's it.
All right. Also, to go along with the install on these mirrors, there is adjustments on it, because if you see the mirrors, they're kind of sticking up. So if you want to adjust them down to where they're even, this is the way you do it. The cover that goes here just pops off. All right, it's just finger pop, and there's bolts in here, and all we're going to do is just use washers to level it down to where he likes it, because it is his truck. So, and we'll show you how to adjust these mirrors. I also wanted to show you that these mirrors do extend.
Telescoping.
They're telescoping, manually telescoping. Boom, for better viewage for towing your stuff.
Load.
Wide loads, just like,
Yes.
oh, push them up out of your way.
Yeah, you move it out of the way. But so what you do is you take the top two out completely, and then you take these bottom two and you loosen them off. Let it dangle.
Just enough to dangle.
So right there. Not right there.
To get, I'm going to assume to get space
between this plate and your anchor.
Oh, okay.
You're going to put washers here, which gives it the droop.
Gives it the droop. So you're just shimming.
Basically, you're using washers as shims. And it's kind of.
You ever think about using a piece of tape and just stacking them and taping it?
Yeah, you can do that. I've heard guys using string.
Yeah.
So
how many you got in there?
3.
3? Okay. So 3 is about 3/16 of an inch. They're a 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah. Let me just get this started a little bit. I feel a little more comfortable that it's in.
And then you basically just have to do it from the other side, right? Does it give you enough space?
Not really.
Yeah, what I mean by taping, I just mean tape around the edge like that. It leaves a hole open where it just, it just turns it into one piece, and that little piece of screw will go right through that tape, and that ain't going to hurt nothing sitting in there for the next 20 years. Not a thing. It just makes it easier to handle because it doesn't fall apart.
Nope.
Works like a charm.
So, we'll go.
You just wiggle it.
Wiggle
Tell it just a little bit. And in place. And screw through the tape. Again, you just gotta wiggle it just a little bit. We can't sing too much of that. We'll get a hit from YouTube for copyright.
It's in there.
Yep.
That's it.
Then let's check the difference from the front. And checking the difference in the tilt. Oh yeah, difference in tilt from front. That's a straight up and down. I mean, horizontal. And see that one's sticking up. So 3 washers, 3/16 of an inch. So it's 3/16 worth of washers. Straighten them right up.
I think this is a little low.
No, actually no. That looks right. That's right. Nope, that's horizontal. That's perfect. 3 works. Then you just put the cover back on. There it went. Yep. Boom.
Boom. Now I gotta adjust my mirrors. Dang it.
Again.
Darn it.
Oh, boo hoo hoo. Yeah, look at there. Backup lights. Yeah, they turned out really good. And the side markers are on. And they are even horizontal. And that's how you do that.
So that's how
we're doing what?
We're replacing the stock headlights. We're converting those to LEDs.
And we're going to show you how. Little tips and tricks of what you have to do for an MBS. Because we had to do a little fabricating to get this one done. All right, how do you take them buckets out?
Well, the easiest way to do it, it's super simple. It's 2 pins. They have little clips. You just pull them straight out. And that's it. That's it. It's super simple. Chevy got it right when they did this. It literally, there's a little wiggle in there. These buckets hadn't come out in a minute, so breaking all the cobwebs, the fortification cobwebs that are in it.
Then you just reach behind the housing.
You just turn it. There's a nice little arrow. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little dusty.
Yeah, nice right arrow there. Yeah, right there.
Make it match. Go straight out. That's it. And then clip on the back. Normal headlight clip. Bang. Bulbs out. Now, for guys that have never done LEDs, these are a little tricky, but they're just like normal bulbs. I buy plug-and-play sets. The link will be in the description for the company that I bought these through. But the main thing is you do not want to touch that head. If you get any...
No fingerprints.
Nothing like that. So you can grab all down here. You can even grab right here. All that. Don't be touching this. Because all the grease and stuff is going to basically throw everything off.
And burn everything up.
Exactly. So what I do is as soon as it comes out of the foam, I go straight plug it in and I go straight in the hole. No
okay, but before we do that, what do we got to do to that housing?
So we got to take...
Well, we found out on the other side.
Yeah. We got to take this whole thing out because we got to lop some of this plastic off.
Because this is too tall. Yep. Well, no, actually, that one fits.
Whoa!
Okay, so the other side we had to fabricate a little bit, but this side works. All right, so
easy. Easy peasy.
All right, so we're better off on the passenger side than we did on the driver's side, or is there a no? They're both all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same, but they are two different bulbs. So, your low beams are going to be 9005s, and your high beams are going to be 9006. That is important. That is very important when you're dealing with high beams and low beams. Because one,
So where's the number?
number's going to be on the very back.
So 9005 is low beams.
Yes. So you can just slap it right in the.
Isn't that the high beams?
Yep, that is the high beam.
Don't you want to put it in the harness first?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Want to click it in the harness first?
No, it's a little bit easier. You can do this way too.
Okay.
2 ways. You can click it in the harness and then plug it in, or you can click it in. You can put it in and then click it into the harness. But it's either way. They're both super simple. Show you both ways. So real nice, real easy.
Line up the arrow.
Up. I am lined up with the arrow.
Now, because the gaskets are brand new and nice and soft, it takes a little bit to get one of them to seat.
Yep. Oh. No. Come on. Let go. Thank you. Very easy. No, I was right. There's your high beams. I
Yeah.
said that. There's your high beams.
Yeah, those are high beams. But you said
This is your high beam.
right. But what number is that?
9005.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
9005. 05 is the high beams. 06 is the driving lights.
Which is great, because if you ever get switched up, housings won't take the 06s in the 05 spots. Just learn that.
Oh, so they are
Fit matched.
specific.
Yeah, fit matched.
Okay. So then it's just a matter of plugging and playing.
Click. And then, whoop, then take that bulb out. Oh. And then that's it. And you're done. And then you just slide this sucker.
Wiggle her back in and line up the holes.
Or your pins. Wiggle. Click. And these pins are pointed at the end. So if you're not exactly lined up, you can wiggle them in the spot. And that's it.
That's it.
Turn them on for you.
And that's driving. And that's, yeah, because unlike the newer model, when I'm on high beams, all four are lit. But on this model, high beams, just the two center ones are lit. But that right there is kind of faded lenses. And that's very, very bright. So,
Me personally, I don't like not being able to see at night. That's why I kind of go with that.
yeah, and living in Oklahoma, definitely the brush guard helps, because we have an issue with deer. And they love to move at night when it gets cold. So the more the better.
It's crusty out.
While we're here, we just decided to go ahead and change out the fog lights too. He bought those also, so he's got them in the box.
Ugly.
And they are just twisting it, aren't they? Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, that thing's burnt. Here. I'll be right back. These are how most LEDs come. Sealed package.
So
Getting them out the hard part without touching
the filament.
Yeah.
Again, another one of those situations where you do not want to touch that filament, but that's
going to be the new hotness.
That's your difference.
These are from Lynx,
yep. LED lights.
Yep.
Part number. Now we'll look it up.
Yeah. It'll be in the description.
But There you go, and it's just plug and play.
Yes, sir.
Twist it in, plug it in, and you're good to go. But that's
Mad holding the bulb.
nope, don't mind holding the bulb at all. Must be nice to be young.
Oh my god! Even though I'm creaking going down.
Yeah, 27 is a lot different than 55.
Yeah, like I ain't broke.
You ain't as broke as I am. You might have been through a lot of stuff, which I don't know about. But yeah, she gone. All right, no touchy, no touchy. She just goes in the holder. Do your best not to touch that filament.
Yep.
And then she just
There's a flat side, and then there's T.
there's only one way it'll go in.
Yep. That's the T. Give her a twist.
All right, let's turn her on and see what happens. So now, since we got the LEDs and the headlights, we are going to change out turn signals, running lights, and the side marker lights, all LEDs. And we already have done those there. And the headlights, we got all those done.
Yeah. Almost too tall. Almost too tall. Like 4. Pop, pop. Pull, pull.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, you gotta get a shot of that, Dad. I know it right there.
Boom, boom, and boom. 3. And they're easy, and you don't have to unplug and get that. Now, if you want to, you get the headlight bucket, headlight assembly out of the way, which would make it a little easier, right?
Yeah. Who wants to do that?
Not you, not the Navy man.
Well, I think work harder and that's smarter.
And again, we're still wearing the gloves because you don't want to get any finger grease on them LED. What are they called?
Filaments.
On the LED filaments. Yep. All right, we're putting the second one in, and basically these are the same two in the package. Here's your original yellow side marker light, and here is your LED side marker light. And then this is the original bulb, and there's 2 of these in each package, and they're both they're ambidextrous, so you can put these 2 on this side, and then these two here on this side, on that side.
And this second one's gonna be kind of a second one's gonna be kind of a little booger to get out. You're gonna have to.
It might have been a little easier to do all this at one time with have the headlight assembly out of the way.
No, it's just a tight fit.
Oh, okay. And then we are not touching. I'm not touching you. Remember that? I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
You're touching me. For the younger generation, Lilo and Stitch. She's touching me. Yeah, it's kind of a little booger in this little socket in, but you just fiddle around with it a little bit. And then
Click. All right.
And then this
wiggles back in place with your 2
fancy pins. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Yeah, turn this on. Let's see a difference.
Do running lights.
All right. Running lights first. Wow. Huge difference. And side marker light difference. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, that's a huge difference.
And then.
Yep. Big difference.
Go ahead.
Turn signal.
Well,
is it going to work?
The turn signal will work, but I'm going to put it in gear.
Okay. Oh, for the running lights.
Yeah. Are they on?
No.
Turned on the other day.
That's turn signal. And side markers, yep. Huge difference. Ain't gonna not see you.
Whole point. Loud and proud.
Loud and proud. You sure you don't want to unplug that assembly to get out of the way? Twist that tongue a little bit more.
Talk about I got some crumbs in my mustache. Chewing on. Pink.
Yep. All right. And all these, they'll be in the link down below. For everything to help you guys out with your little project, turn everything LED, which is his favorite thing in the whole world.
Yes, sir.
Click.
Click.
And you can see he's reaching in there. And just fiddle in and fiddle in.
Click. Click.
Click. Done. And then the hard part is that one.
Oh, this one actually. I actually pulled this one out before. This one's pretty easy.
Oh, you just reach in from
behind
the engine, behind the, yeah, okay.
But
On the air box is in the way on the passenger side.
The socket itself is a little fragile.
Fragility. Where's that from? All right, guys, down below. What movie is it's Fragility? Oh, wait a second. Come on, think about it. Right down below. What's fragile? It's French for, what is it, Christmas Story? You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
I'll have to tell us in the comments down below.
Yeah. Headlights ain't bolted in yet. Yep, they're on. We are working. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. Ain't gonna not be able to see you, that's for sure. Yep, that works great. That's bright. Gonna shine like a diamond in the goat's ass at night. Oh yeah. All right, continuing with the theme, we are just gonna pull these covers out, and it's just 2 screws.
2 screws
for the taillight housing. And
slide up. They have hooks on them, so be careful on these holes. But we're just gonna do the backup lights right now. That's all we're doing. So they have clips in them, and all you gotta do is just give her a wiggle, pops out. No. Okay.
And again, the gloves on. You don't want to touch the element with your bare fingers. Get greasy.
Yep. And these little wires, those are the contact for them. So you want to find where the metal's at, and you're just gonna aim right there, and they click,
and then back in the hole.
And back in the hole.
All right.
And then these screws are the grounds, so you have to actually put those in.
Oh, okay. Screws. Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I get it. Because yeah, that's the only contact.
Yep.
For the metal.
Yep. Even though there's a wired ground goes in there, for some reason, it's not enough of a ground to run.
All right.
But that's it.
Well, go press on that butt. Go press on that thing, and we'll see the difference. Or did you just do the backup?
I just did the backup.
Okay, let's see the difference. Oh yeah, that's a big difference between the old original. Yeah, that's a huge difference. Okay.
They on?
No. Okay, driver lights are on. Now they're on. Yep, they're definitely on. Yep. So I don't think you're going to have any problem seeing your way home. Or back to Cali. What? 20 minutes?
Probably to do both headlights, high beams, low beams, and fog lights. Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Okay.
No tools?
Yep. And what do they cost? Ish.
Probably. Oh, headlights were a little expensive.
Well, they always are.
Yeah, but they were probably $75 for the set, and then the fog lights were $15.
So $90, 90-ish plus shipping.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Well,
yeah.
anything over 50 is free on Amazon.
Yeah.
Had all this dropped at my house, you know. So.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And so first things first, you got to put your parking brake on. Make sure your car don't roll away because you're gonna have to drop your shifter out of the way because you have to pop this whole thing on. There's no bolts or nothing. Just get back in here with your fingers or pry tool. I'm gonna need a pry tool. This is tight.
Okay, so this.
Yeah.
And this is a flasher fuse that you have to do that has a lower what?
There's a lower output, so that it lessens the ohm. So when you swap from halogen to LEDs, the ohmage required for an LED is lower than halogens. So this picks up from that ohm droppage and doesn't give you hyper flash. So this which
is a very real thing when it comes to LEDs going into your turn signals and stuff.
This replaces inline resistors. So there's no wiring, no extra stuff. This makes LEDs plug and play. And they sell them for all kinds of makes models. We're using CEC style flasher relay.
Okay, what'd that cost?
$7.
There you go. And the link will be down where?
In the description.
Okay.
Bink, bink, bink. All right. This is the fun part. Go down on your steering wheel. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It comes out one piece.
Bingo.
And we'll clean that while we're off.
Oh, 100%. Yep. This thing's probably not going to see the light of day for another minute.
Yeah, I'll do my specialty to that. All right, and then we got to go for this one, right?
Yep, so this is the next one. And this one's kind of the same thing. Only difference is there's two 7mm bolts down in here.
And you
on the actual dash frame.
And you have the one right on the left side of the parking brake release.
Yeah, these two, 1, 2, and should just pop. That's all right. Because those are onto something else.
It's at a different angle than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. All right. 2.
Yep. All right.
And straight out. Yep, I see you there. And I see you there.
Just normal GM push-ins.
Yeah. There
it went.
They're just fucking. These are the heavy-duty version.
Oh, okay. Big white ones.
Yeah. So, and then this is your relay. That's why they say take it in. So you could theoretically get back in here under the dash. This just makes ease of access.
Yeah, it's always ease of access helps.
Yeah. So, and it's got a little tabble on it, and it's the bitch. Getting it off. There really ain't no way to.
You want to I have an extended set of needle nose, or is it just a grab and twist?
It's got a freaking thing on it. It's got a little toggle on it.
Oh, so it's got. Of course, GM's going to make it where it's difficult to get it off.
Yeah.
Because why? Because engineers don't work on stuff.
No, they don't.
If they did, there'd be a lot different. There would be a lot different designs.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Come on, baby. Hope you got strong fingers when you do this. This thing's a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
Okay, now, do we have the right one?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because the question was, do we have the right one?
Oh, that's turn relay.
Okay, that's turn relay. So, question is, he questioned himself, didn't know which one if he got the correct one.
Yeah. So when I ordered it online, they're like, yeah, this is the right one. This fits this vehicle. But obviously
Not.
not.
Okay.
So
we order a new.
yeah. Which now begs the question of which one were they talking about?
Because there's two.
Could there be two? I have no idea. Could there be a second relay? Not a clue. But
okay, so there's going to be one of two versions, and apparently he got the wrong version, which is like an old school one. Which I don't know, that actually might kind of work on mine. But this is what was in this one. It's a 4-prong, so we'll have to get on either. Well, no, they wouldn't have this at O'Reilly's.
they should actually
have a low ohm for LEDs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let me.
Well, he's going to get online. We'll see if we can find. You know, it's a lot easier just to video stuff than actually have to work on it at the same time. Just saying. All right. I know you guys have seen me. I don't think I did a video about this before. No, I don't think I ever did a video about cleaning plastics. Okay. It's a very, very simple little process. All this is Dawn and water. Dawn dishwashing liquid and water. All right. If it's good enough to take grease off of geese that get in oil slicks, it's good enough to take all the grease and stuff off of whatever ails you for your body panel. So this thing has been sitting underneath, getting forgotten about for decades, right? So it's just a matter of getting it wet and taking. You can buy these at like O'Reilly's for like $7 for a set, okay? And you just get in there and get everything wet. You know, just get everything moving. Then you just take a rag and you wipe it off. There's no rinsing. You just take the rag and you wipe it off. This is what all the professional guys do, but they don't tell you. Is they just take a rag and wipe off the dirt water that's been scrubbed loose. That's just been scrubbed loose. And then you're like new. It's like brand new. Trust me, it'll work on something that's 40 years old. Everything that goes back in the truck is going to be clean like this, and it's going to look beautiful. It's amazing what just a little soap and water will do.
Well, we had to go down to the auto parts store and go get a relay. Coincidentally enough, O'Reilly sells these for $20. It's a Novita, part number EP29, LED compatible relay for
the
flasher
relay.
for the turn signals. So,
which is unnecessary if you're going to go LED lights on your turn signal, so you don't get the super pump. Whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah, hyper
flash.
That's what it's called. But yeah, yeah, and this, like I said, this replaces the inline resistors. Some guys like resistors. Me personally, I don't. The reason why I don't is because when you wire them in, they produce heat. They produce a lot of heat.
They do.
And when you mount them on something, you got to mount it on something metal. And a lot of times, you don't have the space to put it on something metal. So you guys eventually put it on like the plastic housings or whatever, and it burns through the housings. And I don't want to deal with that extra stuff.
Because they create a shit ton of heat.
They do. I'd rather just plug something in.
And call it good.
Yeah, call it a day. So, if you don't know, 3-prong up, 1-prong down. And you just goes right in here. And it just plugs in.
In the slots provided. And he was thinking he bought new bulbs for in the dash. So, well, we have the dash part.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
So, you know what's crazy is I have a burnt out bulb there. And it simulates what LEDs are going to do. So,
turn signal is working.
it flashes normal. there you go. And that's it. So now, all it is to get that whole, the gauge cluster out is kind of like how we got the bezel out. Is you got to drop the shifter out of the way. But first, there's 4 screws, 1 on each corner. Get it out. Yeah.
Seven millimeter.
7mm. Everything's 7mm in the interior. 7mm.
Does that sound familiar? I don't remember. For all them years I was taking them old Camaros and Firebirds apart, them third gens, I lost a dozen 7mm sockets because everything was 7mm. 7mm or 10mm.
They used to tell us all the time when we were kids, you can take a whole car apart with a 10mm, 13mm, a 7mm, 14mm, and a 15mm.
Yep. Well, anything past 82. And it's basically the same thing on the other side, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Same position.
Electrical plug on the back.
Yeah, one plug.
Yeah, and it just, the screws help seat it in, hold it in.
Because the old days of
Mechanical.
What is with this?
Old days of mechanical are over.
Well, the old days of.
All right, circuit breaker's still on. Put this down. Put that down. Slides out.
Well, shit, that's slick.
And there is plug in on the back. Yeah, I kind of reach up in here and undo.
And it pops right out.
Yeah.
Is it still connected?
Yep. It's at the very, very top.
Oh, it's on the very top?
Yeah. I'll show you. Very top.
Oh, okay. So here.
Yeah. So here. Say at the back, but right there. And
okay,
then,
so let's go to the bench.
Yep, we're gonna go to the bench. This is just, it's holding on with clips. I'm just gonna pop this back cover off and
get to the bulbs. So gently reach behind. Pop them out of the way.
And there's enough tension between it that all you gotta do is get it just tall enough to where it clears it.
Yep.
And this plastic is probably not seen a lot of day a fat minute, so
Well, since it was produced.
yeah, so you don't wanna
put this twist to it.
Yeah.
Be nice and gentle.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Bingo.
All right, and then this is just like any other one.
Yep.
Motherboard, and then it just twists and change, right?
Yep.
Now, with these that we're going to do,
Yep.
is there anything we need to do special, or is it just plug and play?
That's all plug and play, but it's just like every other LED. You don't want to touch.
Don't want to touch
any of the noids. So
any oils or any grease will make them pop.
These are very prominent on not touching them because I don't know if you'll be able to see into the bag, but they actually have the resistors on the bulbs. So we're gonna have to touch the top to plug them in, but we don't want to touch the resistor. So I am gonna need gloves. And some guys use cotton. I don't like to use cotton because it gets cotton gloves. They have they get little lenties.
Yeah, the lens.
Yeah, the lens will get on it and all that, and I don't like using that. So I use latex for that. But you can use whatever you want to use. But just from my experience, the lens on it.
So this is just to protect and not get any oils on the elements.
Short circuit.
Yeah,
Short circuit
because any oils will just foobar them to no end.
You'll see on this, it's just a quick twist and it comes out. But you look on here, these little metal pieces, those are your positive and ground, they need to contact the chrome strip on the motherboard. If you just twist it in like a normal lock, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
you have to make sure
that they make contact.
I had a buddy one time do one of these, do a full conversion, and he called me and he was like, "Hey man, stuff ain't working. Can you come take a look?" I was like, "Yeah," and every single one of them were. He gave it the Jesus jerk,
and none of them were contacting.
None of them were working. Yep. He said he turned his lights on and it was absolute blank. So, oh, that's the wrong size. Get this one. And this kit that I bought, they come with sockets. Now, there's no real specialty for LEDs for sockets. It's all the same socket, but if they have sockets to use, might as well use them.
Because, yeah, don't miss. You're always taking a chance if you mismatch different brands.
Well, that and there's no telling how old those sockets are.
Yeah, no, this is a 02, so it's at least 21 years old.
Yeah. You just gotta remember they're a little tight. So it is that's why we have the gloves.
Because you do have to handle them to get them in there.
Yeah. I don't want to. Absolutely.
There it went. Pop.
And it just goes in.
Just make sure that the contact is going to contact.
Yeah. There we go. Come on. Get in there. There we go. All right. Yep. And just a little baby twist. He's in.
And she's contacted.
Yep. Perfect.
All right. And 6. All of them to go.
Yep. All of them to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the same process for every single one of them. You are going to need these needle nose for these little skinny ones. I don't know about you, but I got kind of bigger hands. And grabbing these little suckers, they're stuck.
Can you tell he's in the Navy?
Oh my God, he kissed. Just trying to prevent you from getting Karens all over your page,
I ain't got no Karens.
Yeah, but like anti-Karen patrol, you can call me.
We don't have that problem.
There's a car community. So.
Yep, it's a car community. We don't have that problem.
But think.
All right, all the big ones are done. Now we got to do the last 4, and they're the little bitty ones, and these are the ones that are delicate.
Yeah, these are tiny. I personally, these are like my least favorite ones because air pulse.
Bear paws.
Yep. But it's just like the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. But sometimes these are a lot easier to put into the little buckets. Sometimes you're not. We'll find out right now. Nope, they're just as tough. Oh, they're even tougher. Whoa! Well, I did that. What happened? This is what it's supposed to look like. Nice and open.
Yeah, because it's all squished on one side.
Yeah.
And nice and open, just like this one.
Yep.
Let's get
But that's.
There we go. Yep. See him? See the little copper on inside there? It's got to slip in between those two connectors. Now, do we have extras of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
All kinds of extras.
Okay.
We got another, 6.
Oh, okay. So it comes a pack of 10.
Yeah. So if you mess up or something breaks or something don't work,
you got extras.
Maybe if I just baby push. That's better.
So just going to spread a little bit with the screwdriver.
Yeah, that's better because it's not like super tight. But I did this one. It was a little loose. It was like super loose. So And we'll see. There's the teeth.
This is just same as the big ones. Is you got to make sure that the connector is onto the copper.
Yep.
Onto the copper part.
Yep.
Everything in.
Yep. Well, we're not gonna fully slide it in.
We're just gonna turn it on and see what it looks like before we bolt it back up. And it's just a matter of plugging that connector back in the top.
And this cord's pretty long, so if you wanted to, honestly, you could. Whoa! Everything be working. Slide this back. And we'll go. Oh! So now we gotta play with this. The great part about this is we can just
spin around.
Fiddle with it. See which one's not working. So those two, these two aren't touching.
The connection.
Yeah, well, it's not. They're touching connection. They're just not reading. So, but these
are all working.
Yeah, well, this one ain't either. Nope.
48 minutes, actually.
Oh.
So, putting it on, it popped back out of the pocket.
Yes.
Now, could that possibly be from the oven even pressing?
Possibly. Trying to go on as straight as possible. Just a little bit. That way it'll contact
better.
Not too much. I don't wanna,
just a har.
I don't want to give it the. Bam. Twist, please. Go far. Go far. And then there was this one. Yep. Yep. Just let that, make them stick up just a little bit. That way when you put them in, they'll touch. Oh, come on, baby. What are you doing all that? Come on now. Oops. Alright guys, so we got the gauges, the lights for the gauges, all swapped to LEDs. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the indicating light bulbs. So your two-turn signals, your high and low beam, and your cruise light. We couldn't convert those. The buckets or the sockets were too small. They weren't wide enough to touch the motherboard. So we just had to basically stay halogen with those. But we removed it, cleaned everything, and that cluster looks great now. Wiped it down with Dawn dish soap and water. Just gave it a good cleaning. And yeah, so now we're gonna bolt this thing back down and put the bezel and the understeering cover on. And then remember, guys, the only thing that this bottom skirt is held on with is these clips up here and the 2 screws down underneath. But be careful, these might be beefy clips, but you don't want to overdo them, especially considering that little bit underneath is a little more fragile than this stud. So yeah, just make sure when you pop it in, you're not beating the absolute crap out of it. And just push up on it and it should go in.
Okay, and since we're painting that bumper and he's back because supper's on the cook, his favorite stew, daddy stew. All right, so while we got this off with everything else, when you got the opportunity to clean or to make it, just fix it up, do it. See, I've already done half of this. As you can tell, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Hello, see, reflection. You see the difference in both sides. And all I did with this, with my favorite, I did half. Bug shield, grill, chrome strip, light buckets. See the difference? And it's just soap and water. It's just Dawn dishwashing liquid, and it's water with Dawn dishwashing liquid in it, and a quadruple aught buck steel wool. And you just wet it down and you start scrubbing. And that's all there is to it. All right, and just like I did the other side, we just getting everything wet. That Dawn, if that Dawn is good enough to get old oil and grease off of ducks in the ocean and fix the foul, it's good enough to take all the old road grime off of the front of your truck. This thing's been sitting behind that brush guard for years. And no, none against a brush guard. And a brush guard says here in Oklahoma, we deal with a lot of deer, and a brush guard, a decent one, a heavy duty one like that one, because that sucker's heavy. It can protect you can hit a deer and walk away, but it makes it where it's hard to reach all this stuff behind it. And this is quadruple aught, not triple, not double, just quadruple aught steel wool, and you can get it at Walmart. It's like $3 a bag, and I've had the same bag for over a year, and I've cleaned all kinds of stuff with it. And the Dawn just softens up all the dirt, just gets it where it's ready to come off, and you don't have to do a lot of work. You just got to get it in there. It doesn't take very much long, because all this is basically chrome covered plastic, or plastic chrome colored plastic. And it just takes all the bug debris off. But the biggie is the headlight buckets, because these things get abused for a long time, and it'll take that layer of just goo off of your buckets in just seconds. I mean, this is all just, I'm not got power tools out or scrubbers or, drill or anything. I am just knocking the top layer of junk off this thing. And I know you guys have all seen the videos of guys taking torches to this. Not necessary. This will clean that up too. I mean, you can tell that there was a huge difference between the plastic just from taking this top layer off. And that where the brush guard sit, it did do a little bit of rubbage, but I mean, that's coming up already. It had a little rust stain there. And there really just is nothing to it. It's just soap and water. Good old can-do attitude. Just a little bit of time. I mean, the other side took me 5 minutes, and this other side we're doing it real time. We're talking about it. I'm doing it in 5 minutes. And it'll make this. We'll show you once we get done. But even just this chrome on this bumper is going to shine like new. It'll take years of just garbage off of it. And as you can tell, I'm not spending a lot of time. I'm just getting it wet and letting that soap do its job for a minute, and then taking the steel wool to it. Oh, yeah, that's right. We gotta get some lenses for that thing, don't we? Yep. Lenses for those. Which they do work now. Yay. Huh. And yeah, see, there's a lot of spots in a truck like this that gets ignored. And this will fix all of that. Now, you'd think, I'll just take it down to the car wash and spray it off. No, you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to spray it off. You just got to wipe it off because that Dawn has lifted all the dirt. That Dawn has lifted all the dirt. So we just if you're still here and you're watching, like, share, and subscribe. So we just take a rag, clean rag, and we just wipe it off. And this, you can do the same thing. This is what the professionals do in interiors. They don't take Armor All and a whole bunch of chemicals. They take a brush like this. They take a brush like this and Dawn and water, and they soak it in, and they rub it down, and they wipe it off. That's how professionals clean interiors. Have friends in the business. Dealerships. That's how they get in all them little nook and crannies. Now there's some little tricks, you know, the clay bar and the Play-Doh in the nooks and crannies of the ashtray and stuff. Yeah, that's just, you know, professional things, you know, toothpaste on the headlights, that sort of thing, because of the pumice. And it's kind of the same principle. Instead of using the steel wool, you're using the pumice from the toothpaste to clean just the old grit off. What'd you find?
Fog lights aren't very bright. I didn't notice them very much.
But as you can see, looky here. Look here. Look at that nice darkness. Now, like I said, it's not brand new, but 10 times better than what it was. And here we go with the chrome, just wiping it off and wiping the plastic off. Looky there. Looky there. And there's a couple of spots, like there's a couple of spots on where the brush guard got into the plastic over the years, rubbed a little bit, and there's a little spot right here. But all in all, that is done. How long is the counter on the video for?
7 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
With 2 minutes of talking.
Yep. So 5 minutes for one half. So 10 minutes for the whole thing. And it looks 10 times better than what it did. It looks great. It turned out really good. And that's all. If you want to do some extra rubbage on it, what'd you just do?
Backed into that.
You backed into the brush guard. Just drying.
Just trying to look at the whole bumper or the whole front.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We'll do this. We'll do 0.5 view.
Yeah, 0.5 view. And every little bit more you wipe this, it seems like the better it gets. Because it's loosened by the soap. By the Dawn dishwashing liquid. Dawn takes grease out of your way. Look at that.
Hello.
Yeah. Look, hello. Reflection. 10 minutes. Make it look like brand new again. So if you're still here and you're watching, okay, we took the bumper off the front. We'll clean all that up. We unbolted everything. It was just bolted on by a bolt here and a bolt there, but it had some gaps, and so we welded those up real quick. And shut up, because we're going to grind these and make them look pretty. But we got them all welded up. All 6 of them were that way. There was a gap in all of them. So we're going to clean this all up, paint it, make it look like new, right?
Sir.
How's that go again?
Yes, sir.
Is that a Navy thing?
No, that's a thing, Dad.
We did use the cherry picker to take it off because that bear is heavy. What did you say, 300 pounds?
Nah, it's not that much.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Something where you pull that last bolt and it falls on you, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah. So we use the cherry picker with a axle strap wrapped around the middle up there. And so, yep. So we got some welding done. Got that all ground down. We're DAing it down, getting all the rust spots off. Hope you can hear me okay because the compressor's running. But we're gonna make this look like brand new. We're gonna tape that off. Make sure that don't get no paint. But she's getting there. She's definitely getting there. Yep. And again, like I always talk about, this is where how you're gonna view it. So this is the top and that's the bottom. So this is gonna be kind of the view you get. So we're gonna pay more attention to where it's showing as opposed to underneath. But she's gonna turn out pretty good. We got everything welded up and cleaned up. Just a matter of making it pretty. All right, we got the welding done. We got most of the, got DAing done, grinding. We got it cleaned up. We got it pretty. Got all the rust busted off of it. Everything cleaned up, ready to go. We gonna hang it on the cherry picker with one axle strap right dead center, which we'll have to touch up later. But I think that's the best way to do it, is to hang it and paint both sides and let it sit overnight and let everything harden real good, and then just touch up the center tomorrow. All right, she's DA'd up and she's about as clean as she's wiped down. We went ahead and taped off the tag for it. And so me, the king of the rattle can, I'm gonna do my magic. So the trick to, like any other paint job, and you can get a good paint job through a spray can as long as you prep good enough. We're gonna use Walmart on this one because it's gonna get a lot of beating, but we're gonna let this soak for 24 hours, let everything harden, but it's gonna get 2 solid coats and it's gonna sit overnight and it's gonna shine like a diamond in its ghost ass when we get done. Right? Because who is the king of the rattle can?
Me.
Ah! Okay, I'll just give you a walk around. Yeah, it's still wet, but really for a rattle can job, it's going to be a brush guard. It's going to be taking hits. It's going to be taking bugs. It's going to be taking all kinds of shit. It's going to be abused. Okay, so to make this look the best, like you heard me say before, where are you going to make it look the best? It's going to be where it's going to be viewed. So if you're actually going to view this thing from a distance or from looking on a truck, you're gonna look at it like this, okay, from up top. So you want to make sure that all the surfaces from above it, from this angle, are covered. And as you can tell, his expert been painting F-18s for how many years? 3. Been painting F-18s for 3 years. He's looking her over. He wanted to paint it, but the old man wouldn't let him do it. But see, front side, back side, paint everything you can. What? We got a light spot. See, that's the second set of eyes. Oh, yeah, we do. It's right there on the truck. So, but all in all, she turned out pretty slick. One light there.
That was.
But all in all, now it's just a matter of...
Yeah, no. Paint a lot better than the guys that get paid to paint.
And I am the Rattle Can King. But what the trick to this is always like everything else. It's the prep. It's the taking time. He DA'd this whole thing down, and we took a flapper wheel and we welded up holes and grind everything down and just prettied it up. Now the only thing we are going to have to do is because we had to hang it with the axle strap. We are going to touch that up tomorrow, but as we don't touch it for 24 hours, it'll be fine once we hang it back on the truck. But a really, really, really good job can be done with a rattle can if you just prep it good enough. $2 a can Walmart paint.
20 minutes of prep, or 30 minutes of like DEA and welding. 5 minutes of wipe.
Blow it off. Blow it off first. Wipe it off second.
Yeah, 10 minutes of spraying, worth $4.
Yeah, turn the fans off. Turn all let the air sit.
Makes sense.
Yep, and you can get a pretty nice product now. She's pretty slick.
Best part about gloss paint though, so like with semi and flat, it'll go on like this, and in the morning it'll be a different shade. Gloss, you come in the morning and it'll look like this.
Even shinier.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about this cheap Walmart paint, but it works pretty good for parts. So, all right, we're gonna leave it be, and well, here we go. Now it was 10 minutes of cleaning everything behind it. It was a couple of hours of work, prepping it up, painting it, but oh my goodness, the difference. This thing looks like brand new. Now this is slick. Now we did some little things. We put grandma made a plate for the truck, and we put some new LEDs on there. We had to make some spacers. Yeah, there you go. But oh my goodness, does that look good? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong if that doesn't look tremendous. What do you think? I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks like a Hymex. Take a look at it. Keep on picking.
This is kind of a sad day for me because the month is over and everything we've done on this truck is finished, from the lights, all the lights, brush guard, the tow mirrors. We even pulled everything off the back, and I don't know if you're noticing it right here, but that bad spot is gone. We did that last night because the reason we did that in a hurry, and we used the vinegar, 1 hour vinegar kill on that to paint that. The reason we do that is because he's loading up and going home in the morning. His month is up. He's got to go back to work, back to California. So we're running this. Look how good that looks. That's out of a rattle can. Telling you. So we've done the lights in the backup lights in the tailgate. We did the LEDs and all of everything. This truck is ready to go. Tonight he's going to get a good meal, and we're going to pack him up, and he's going to leave out in the morning. So, but he'll be back in the spring because he's got big plans for this truck. He wants to put a lift kit on this thing. It's 4-wheel drive, and it works. And he wants to basically make this thing look like a monster. So he wants it up in the air, and he wants tires. He wants suspension kit and the whole 9 yards. So we'll be back in the spring because he is officially getting out in the spring. And we'll be going over this whole thing again. So if you're still here, like, share, and subscribe. Smash that button, hit that bell. Tell your friends. To be continued in the spring. Y'all have a good day.